I wanted to ask you about your day-to-day, in terms of what you do, because it can't just be all video games,
of course,
sports and things like that. Like, how do you keep yourself living a full life where you incorporate these things, but you're living the best life that you can live?
What's your work-life balance, basically?
That's basically what I'm doing.
Because typically gaming is for pleasure.
Yeah.
But this pleasure now is your business, is your passion. So what do you take your mind off gaming now?
Well, the thing, it depends. Like, if I would speak about that specific period, I would say that most of the time I'm dedicated just to be like a football player. My focus was on the training, and then for me, like, I would say that gaming or practicing was just a fun time for me. I had like a specific period when I have an event or something, that's where I kill it with my time in the console, because I have a coach, I have few competitors or few friends that I always compete with them. So I create this kind of bubble that allow me to focus on what I want to achieve. And that's how I used to do it, honestly. But yeah, so since Aspire Academy, we study and we play football, and then we go back to the other classes and we train afternoon. So balancing things, it's in my DNA. Aspire forced it into my DNA, and I keep balancing like my time since I graduated from the academy. So thanks to Aspire, for incorporating this kind of I would say attribute to me and to all the Aspire Academy graduates, and hopefully that we can see more of Aspire Academy here on the podcast, students, graduates.
We are more than happy.
Yeah, you will love it, because from everyone you will hear like a specific story, but you will get similar understanding of thoughts about the academy, about the journey there, how we were treated, how we were in a zone that we believe, you believe that you will achieve into something. Maybe for someone he will not achieve in his sport, but he will achieve in something else. But definitely they give you the environment of it's a positive environment, and allows you just to focus on yourself and how you want to achieve it.
Yeah.
You see, we see Matez Bersham as example picture down here.
Yeah.
He's a great example.
Soon, inshallah.
Inshallah. I will let him know about it. I will give him inshallah positive feedback.
Inshallah.
Being your best behavior, we got to do our best.
brother. We are only as best as our guests, to be honest. So if our guests speak good of us, alhamdulillah.
And I want to look at this camera. That camera's working. I'm looking at this camera. If you're Aspire Academy, we would love to sit down with any of your team to come on the pod. We will love it.
Players, coaches, management,
doesn't matter.
Therapists.
Why not?
Because you know what, though? Like, this is the question I have too, as well, to follow up what you said. Is Aspire Academy now looking more into eSports? Is that a part of their curriculum now, or something they're looking into?
I think not yet, but in the future, I'm also trying to push something like that.
Yes.
And hopefully, look, eSports is one of the growing industry globally. I think it's projected to achieve around 8 billion in 2027, 2028.
Wow.
US?
Yeah, definitely US.
Bro, it's one of the biggest.
Yeah, it's one of the. So definitely it must
bigger,
be
bigger than music, bigger than movies. Gaming is crazy.
Yeah, it must be incorporated, inshallah, in Aspire, and hopefully with the work, inshallah, with Qatari Sport Federation, we can make something like that, inshallah, happen in Aspire Academy. I will be super happy, to see something like that, esports player in Aspire Academy. That's crazy,
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be really nice. You have a question? Because I feel like I'm
no, it's fine.
I don't want to interject.
My questions are your questions, man. We're chilling, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your spirit, okay, spirituality. Okay, we always ask the segment to our guests about, obviously, you're Muslim, okay? In the journey of becoming this great version of yourself, how much has religion helped you in your spirit, in your dark times, because everyone has dark times, your doubt, your regret, and how has it projected you? Because I can tell you're someone who's organized, who's someone who creates these goals for for himself.
Absolutely.
Whether they're short-term goals or they're long-term goals, and eventually, inshallah, you crush them. So how do you use religion to propel you? And how do you do these things? Because a lot of people don't know these things.
Yeah.
There is even athletes have dark times.
Of course, yeah.
But all you see is the sunshine and rainbows
Instagram.
at the end. You see the success, but they don't see the dark times that are behind you.
Yes.
And who made you who you are.
Yeah, like I can give you an example regarding something like that. So I think in the first, as example, qualifiers for the Qatar national team, I was really in a tough moment in my life, I would say. Like something really bad happened without elaborating on that thing, or I was in a very bad situation. And through the situation, I also need to, practice, and I don't have a lot of time for the qualifiers with the national team. I'm put in mind that this is a pressure. If we make it as a team, eSports will be something huge in the country through Qatar Football Association. And, like, especially in this period, any athlete that you would see, if he's a Muslim athlete, definitely he will consider, praying and consider, reading Surah Al-Baqarah. And, even my father and especially, both parents, even till today, like they keep reminding me of all those fundamentals that you were taught about when you were younger,
Big blessing.
And especially my mother, she kept like, I remember during that period, she kept like pushing me into reading Surah Al-Baqarah, and mashallah, it's something unique. Like I don't know how to explain to you that the moment shifted like quickly. You get me?
Yeah.
Like
100%.
everything was like,
Alhamdulillah.
it's you don't know how to explain something like that.
It's so small, isn't it?
Yeah, and
Once
like
you solve it.
you understand that something like that happen, and sometimes people like don't, I would say, care about it when it's khalas, this thing happened and it's gone, and now you are back into your normal life. You are good, everything is positive, everything, you are healthy, your family is okay. So we keep forgetting about those small things which really make a huge difference in a human being, and a lot of difference in an athlete career, because it makes something huge for me. And because of that period, because of that kind of advices that I got regarding the spiritual type of aspect, eSport became something, because my team and myself, we qualified to the World Cup, and everything shifted because of being in that spiritual direction, I would say.
I'm gonna say a deep question.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is I think this, especially for someone like you, who's you basically had your whole life paved out for you. There's a pathway given to you by your grandparents and your father and so forth. Do you think eSports was Naseeb? Do you ever think about that? Esports was Naseeb. Do you ever think that? Because it was never planned.
Yeah.
But it was the best thing for you.
Look, till this day, I like keep asking myself regarding that. When I decided that, okay, let me focus on eSport only. Definitely, there are some regrets, but when I put the regrets and the positive points, positive goes way beyond the regrets. It's kind of part of the sport, part of my culture, part of the football industry, part of everything that I've been working for.
Yeah.
But still, it's not my goal when I was younger, But eSport gave me things that I would never consider in my life.
SubhanAllah.
SubhanAllah, So, Wallah al-Azim, still until this day, I keep asking myself those questions. And I remember I have one of the friends that I really trust, and I actually have a call with him in 2-3 hours.
Bring him on the show next time.
Inshallah.
We'll do a 4-way show.
Inshallah. Yeah, and I asked him, like, what do you think? Like, because you have some people that you trust and you want to get an advice from them. But yeah, like for me, I understand that the decision was right, and maybe it is Naseeb, and if it was not Naseeb, those things might not be happening. But yeah, no, eSport gave me gave me a lot of things, and I'm still working in the industry, and I'm seeing things happening because of for me because of esports. And I'm glad. I say dua every time, Alhamdulillah, for something like that.
Alhamdulillah.
And inshallah we can, go esports in Qatar, and inshallah to make it part of the, Qatar being a sports hub of the world. Inshallah, esports would be, part of it very soon.
Inshallah.
Speaking of that, right, where sometimes in life we don't know what we're going to do.
Yeah.
It happens, right? What would you tell someone who's maybe battling with what they want to do in their life? Maybe they have too many options.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people don't have a lot of options.
Mm-hmm.
How would they shift their paradigm where they're like, you know what, now I know what I want to do? Because sometimes people don't. How do they make that decision?
Well, I can elaborate on something like that in terms of like passion.
Yeah.
So whatever you find passion to, that's the thing that you need to do, right? As example, in terms of jobs and everything, you don't want to wake up, for a job that you don't like.
No.
People keep complaining about their bosses and stuff, but
A lot of people do it.
people who love their job, they won't mind waking up but staying like late night and in the office or something.
That's true.
So finding the passion, and definitely like if there is like a passion or if there is a talent on such a person, he can also get an advice. We always appreciate advices, nasiha.
Yes.
From people who are more experienced in life than us, more experienced in a specific industry than us. And I think that's the keys of finding what you really love, passion, and then advising on that passion. And I think there it's going.